Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial of MySQL database administration. If you are a new viewer, please subscribe to the channel and like our videos, as I can see that a lot of users who are coming here and they haven't subscribed to the channel, and most of like 70% of the viewers are those who haven't subscribed to the channel. So it will be good if you guys subscribe to the channel. That's kind of boost my intention to creating a new tutorial as well. And so what we are going here today, we are going to talk about taking backups using Mysqlpump, and I will be also telling you how we can restore that backup which has been taken by either Mysqlpump or MySQLdump. So actually both have the reason behind that we can restore them both as the same way, because they both create the same type of file, and they both create a single file. So that's why it can be restored as well in the same way. Furthermore, there are a lot of changes between both of them, and obviously Mysqlpump is way better than MySQLdump in so many scenarios. But they both have the same slowness in the restoration, because they both use single thread while restoration. And how many threads this use Mysqlpump, that depends on, there are some variables which you can define. So actually it depends on the number of cores you have inside your server. So let's go next and let's see how we can take MySQL backups using Mysqlpump, and what are the changes and how it's better than MySQLdump. And okay, so Mysqlpump client utility performs logical backups, producing a set of SQL statements that can be executed to reproduce the original database object definitions and table data. It dumps one or more MySQL database for backup and transfer to another SQL server. That's also possible if you mention the host IP address or the host name, which can be resolved by the DNS server. And it was introduced in MySQL 5.7. I don't remember what was the exact version, but it was introduced in 5.7, and it is also available in MySQL 8. But in MySQL 8, I think 8.20. After 8.20, they introduced 8.0.20. They introduced this MySQL shell utility to dump the whole instance to database and some database or schema. I think even table is also coming over there. So that is way more faster, and that is way more better than this Mysqlpump. So if you are using MySQL 8, so you should go with that. I will be also creating some more tutorial on that as well for the MySQLdump utility from the shell. So what are the features of MySQLpump? Obviously it creates, you can use multi-threads, and you can use the parallel keyword. So using parallel keyword, it will initiate multiple processes, and it will the dump will be created, or the dump will be taken very fast than MySQLdump, which is a single thread. And you will have the better control on which object or which database, or even which routine or which trigger you want to back up. Like this has a granular control over the objects or over the databases of MySQL server. And dumping of user accounts as account management statement, like create user and grant, rather than as insert into MySQL system database. So actually when you take the dump using MySQLdump, what it does, that it create the insertion statements. Okay, so in MySQLpump it will create user and grant statements like that. So there's a difference between that, and which is very good for you, because if you are like upgrading to MySQL 8, then it's and due to the authentication plugin, so this create user and grant statement is very good for you. So if you want to change the way of authentication from SSH password, SSH2 password, to MySQL native plugin, then you can edit these, and that's very easy for you. Okay, capability of creating compressed output. Yes, it uses two type of compression methods, and I will show you on the upcoming slides. And we have a progress indicator. Yes, you can see that how much dump has been taken and how much is remaining. And for reloading, faster recovery index, creation of InnoDB tables by adding the indexes after the rows are inserted. So the like once you want to reload, or you can say that I want to recover or restore, it is actually a bit faster, because what it does that index creation is done at the end of the dump file, because first it will create all the tables, then all the insertion is done, and after that the index is created. So that's why it's a little bit faster, it's a little bit good. Okay, so next we have like how we can take the backups, and it's very simple, just like Mysqlpump and dash all databases. If you want to take all the databases, it will store the output, it will store the dump inside this file. And to dump a single database or certain tables, like in this you can see that I'm taking a data backup of single DB, and if you see here I'm taking a backup of DB1. Inside that DB1 I'm taking table 1 and table 2, and it will store inside this SQL file. And if in case you want to take multiple databases backup, then Mysqlpump dash databases DB1, DB2 and DB3, and that's how you can go on and you can take multiple databases backup as well. And next we have is that we talked about parallel processing, and in parallel processing, because I need to copy them and I will show you how we can take them as well. So it will create use multiple CPUs, and by default Mysqlpump use two parallel processes, and if you want to increase the processor, then there is a variable there is an option called default parallelism. So that can help you, that can tell you like how many processes it's gonna take. So if I go for, you want to take the backup, and then this is how actually this will take a full backup even if you do not mention the all databases as well. So let's say if I want to take here the backup, okay, it's not copied to the clipboard, doesn't have any data. So that's just a minute, let me go to a directory, because I don't want to create a mess. Employees. So if you see here, this is okay, ls minus ltrh. So it's around 163 MB of backup, and it has taken the whole backup, and it's very fast. If you just want to see the time and like how much time it's going to take, so it will actually override the previous. And if you see here, like almost 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and this is how it's take all the database packet. Okay. So, and in case you want to take like you have multiple tables, multiple like schemas, and you want to like have that, you say that employees schema is a little bit big, and I want that schema to consume 4 processes, and the rest of the like databases or the rest of the schemas, you want that it's not required to have multiple processes. So that's how you can use that as well. Let me drop the full backup, and if you see here, okay, I need to edit it because I already saved the password here. I don't need to provide the password because and the user, because it's already saved in my configuration, but you can provide the user and password inside. So if you see here, it will use like multiple processes, and it's quite very fast. So if you see here, it's around 163 MB because the only backup size we have is this only small backup, small database you have is employees, and that's not a big database. Okay, so that's how you can use the parallel processing. And then next, obviously, if you want to exclude or include any tables or any databases you want to exclude. So if you want to exclude any database, that's how you can do it, and you can use this percentage wildcard as well. What it does mean that any database which have an HEES at the end, take the backup of all those databases and store the result in this file. You can mention this dash result file here as well, and it will store all the output inside db_HEES.sql. So that's how it will take the database backup. And MySQL dump include databases, that's how you do it. And if you want to take or exclude any backup, exclude any table, like if you have test tables, and then how you can use that exclude tables test, and then the result file is stored in this particular file which you have mentioned. Okay, so any exclusion or inclusion option may be given multiple times, so the effect is additive, like it's add on, and order of these option does not matter, whatever you, if it is given in the first or at the end. Okay, so if the value of each inclusion and exclusion option is a list of comma separated names of appropriate object type. For example, if you want to add multiple and want to exclude multiple databases, then ask how your test, comma, Maurice, and like tables including customer and account. So that's how you can do it. So it's like actually comma separated values. Okay, so next we have is that how we can back up the user. So just before I have told you that MySQL dump does not dump user accounts definition, even if you dump the MySQL system database that contains the grant table. Actually, it's a kind of limitation of the Mysqlpump. And to dump the grant table contains as a logical definition in form of create user grant statement, use the dash user option, and suppress all the databases dumping. So that's how you can do it, like MySQlpump, exclude rest of the databases and / user dash user, and pick up all the user inside this. I will show you as well here. Okay, I think dash this is a problem. Yeah. So if you see here, actually this bracket, curly bracket was angle bracket was here, so that's why it was giving me some error. So MySQL, and I executed the same this command, copied from here, but you see I copied this thing as well, so that's why it gave the error. And if you see here dumped 12, and if you see here user, so it's all the commands are just create user admin and all that, and grant select and all that. If you see here, so you can edit them and define with the cache SHU password, and you can use that MySQL native password here as well. You can replace them, you can edit them, any sort of, like you can do it even with the query as well. And I think I know. Okay, so that's how you can do the user, like if you want to dump the user, and that's how it's done. And you can also exclude some user, like in case you want to exclude the user, so that's is the option you want to use. Like I want to exclude the user root, so that's how the user can be excluded. Next we have how we can compress the backup, and there are two utilities which can use for the backup, and these two utilities need to be installed. I think I already have them, but in case you don't have them, you have to install them. So if you see here, you install zlib, it will check, and it's not there, the package is already installed there. And the next is lz4. You need to have them installed inside your server. I'm doing just this because if you don't know, so that's why you need to install it. So okay, so if I want to take the backup of the compressed file, and if you see here, it compressed it to the very good level, ls-ltrh. You see here the dump size is now 69 MB, and the previous one which was taken here, MySQL pump ls-ltrh. So this one is like 163 MB, and both are the full backups, and this one is 69 MB. So that's the difference you can achieve by that's the difference you can achieve in the size when you compress your database. And the previous one we did was the using this LZ4 compression method, and now I'm using that zlib compression method, and you will see the difference. There's a lot of difference between both of them, and this one is a bit slower, but it like compressed to a very good level. And you will see I'm only doing the employees, and if you see here, it's like just 35 MB. And even if I used for only for employees and I use this one like LZ4 method, you will see that it's a bit faster, but the size is going to be very big. So if you see here that using the LZ method it was 69 MB, and using the dump zlib it was like 35 MB. So there's a huge difference, and obviously it will take a lot of the time will be take a lot of difference. So in case you want to unzip the file which has been done using this LZ method, that's how you can do it. Cannot open. Okay, we have the dump.lz. Okay, so if you see here now the dump has been decompressed, and this is my file. So that's how you can decompress the file. I will edit it here. It's LZ4, it's LZ. And if you want to unzip the other file, that's how you can do it, like this way, LZlib decompress, and for LZ4 it's LZ4 decompress. So that's how you can decompress it. Just I have shown you for this one. So that's how the compression work in the Mysqlpump. And the next we have is like in case you want to recover your database, and so how you are going to do that. So let me take the backup first, MySQL employees backup. And okay, let me clear this area here. Yes. Okay, so let me take the backup here, and it will take the employees database backup. And if you see here the backup we have, and MySQL and show databases. So I have this MySQL database, so employees database here, and now I'm going to drop it, and drop database. Okay, sorry, employees. So now the database is gone, show database is not here anymore. And there are two ways you can do it. You can do it from the shell as well, you can do it from the MySQL as well, by providing the source, and you will tell that employees.sql, or you can tell him that this as well, MySQL, okay, and left angle bracket and employees, and it will restore it. So but I don't want to do it like this way, because we have binary logs enabled, and if binary logs are enabled, then it will create a lot of binary and the restore will be slow. In order to stop them from creating the binary log, what you can do is that you can set the SQL log bin is equal to 0, and then you can restore the whole database. There are two ways you can do it. Either you can go with the this echo command in the shell like this, just directly. Let me show you. So it will echo is doing like that. It's in the MySQL prompt, it is just setting this SQL log bin is equal to 0, and then employees.sql file is running. So that's how you can do it as well. Or you can just log into MySQL prompt and then set log bin is equal to 0, and then source, we say the source keyword, the source file is here. You can also provide the path like in /root or /dir. So actually I was already standing in the same directory from where I was accessing the MySQL prompt. So that's how. So now if you see here, MySQL database is here, show databases, and employees is here. So that's how you can restore both the backups from MySQL dump or Mysqlpump. Both are restored in the same way. There is no difference, and obviously there is a difference if you want to restore a certain type of database or certain type of tables, that can be different. Okay, so there are some MySQL pump restrictions. So what is the first one is that it does not dump the performance schema and DB info or sys schema by default. So if you want to do that, you can do it by providing this dash databases or dash include databases, which I have already shown you that. So and MySQL dump does not dump the information schema, already discussed as well, same like in performance schema, and it does not dump DBA create table space statements. So these things are not dumped. So you need to take care of these things, and that's it guys for today, and that was all about MySQL pump. And if you liked the video, please subscribe and share the video and comment below if you liked it and like the video. Thank you so much.